Welcome to This Organic Life. Stefano!
Hey.
What's up?
How are you?
I'm so happy I'm here. You're famous. I mean, all the animals know about you. All the farms know about you. You're very well respected. Should we go inside?
Yeah, you want to come in?
Yeah.
Right.
Kinderhook Farms. Farmer Lee loves you, loves the work you're doing. The animals love you there.
Lee's a good guy. Thank you.
I know you guys are new to Kingston, but you've been in the culinary and food industry for a while. Can you give me some history?
So I started off actually at Taco Bell. Decided kind of early on that culinary school was where I wanted to go. I went to culinary school in Pittsburgh. From there, went to work at the Biltmore in Asheville, North Carolina. It was there actually that one of my chefs introduced Italian seam breaking to me. He just opened up this whole entire new world. Italian seam breaking was how to butcher an animal, specifically pork, without a saw, only a knife. And you do this for all of the, the charcuterie items that you would like slice off really thin and no.
Any meat where you're like,
No. Yes.
I love that.
We've been so removed from cooking, and cooking is everything. Food and water is life.
To the people that are gonna say, you take a knife to an animal, how can you even care about the animal? Do you even care about them? Like, what is your stand on that?
I like animals more than I like people, usually.
And then I would say, well, then what do you do to people you don't like? You're just killing these animals like this. I mean, yeah.
Animals are a necessary part of our society. We have bred livestock for thousands of years. We care for them. We are their caretakers. We've also, for generations, raised them to eat them. You can choose not to eat the animals, but they are still a source of nutrients. I only work with farms that are raising their animals ethically. On pasture, being fed properly, from the farmer raising the animal properly to us taking in the entire carcass. Because taking in the entire carcass is a form of respect. I always tell people, we're not gonna bring in more animals just because you want more filet. Like, there are 9 pounds of filet on a 1,200 pound animal. There are other cuts, and we'll guide you and we'll teach you what those other cuts are.
When people only want certain cuts of meat, we're kind of marketed about which cuts are the best to buy, right?
Filet mignon is the best.
And if we can be eating all parts of the animal.
Sometimes I just pull this out, my handy dandy.
I was like, I don't even know what's gonna happen, but I'm excited.
So, I've got beef on the front, pork on the back.
Oh my God.
But, mostly this front half of the animal and this back half, people have ground. And like the most coveted stuff is like ribeye and top sirloin, short ribs. But there are so many good cuts that come out of here. There are Flatiron, Denver, there's Terrace Major, AC Strip. There's the Merlot steak that comes out of here. There's an oyster steak that comes out of here. And those are all cuts that people just don't know.
I feel like people have this idea that good food costs a lot of money. But how are ways that you guys have really been able to keep things at a certain price point that's really accommodating to everyone in Kingston?
I know the people and the community. I choose to keep prices as low as possible, but also, like, if someone tells me I only have X amount of money, I try to find them something that is in their price range, or, you know, I just cut them a discount sometimes. Like, I don't have to make a ridiculous amount of money just to stay in business, and people remember that.
How would you describe the taste and the flavor of, say, 100% grass-fed beef, and then also maybe a pasture-raised heritage pork?
I think industry meat is just bland. There is no flavor. You know, their muscles aren't working. They're essentially couch potatoes. I think the pigs from Kinderhook are fantastic. They are well exercised. They do rotational pastures. I think it is more succulent. It's more juicy. It's more of what pork should taste like.
So I'm curious, I know that you identify as trans, if that's affected your business and just having the mindset of, do you think more outside the box when you live more outside like the box?
I would say that I've had it easy in comparison to a lot of other trans folks. You know, obviously I've gone through the struggles, and I think in this industry, it feels off-putting to come into such a notoriously toxic masculine business. There's more to just being scared. You know, we can be successful people, we can be successful business owners, we can be seen. We don't have to hide. I'm very openly trans. This is me. I have a community that I want to represent, and I am just trying to break down the standard norm of what a butcher shop should be.
When I'm here, it does feel like this is what we do, this is what we believe in, here you go.
This is my shop. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, sorry. Like.
What is Merlot?
Merlot. So Merlot is one of those offcuts that no one really knows about. It is traditionally a butcher's cut. It comes from the heel of the animal, so we're gonna clean it up.
Okay, so now that I've given my Merlot a nice deep massage.
You wanna open it up and...
Yeah, let me take my jacket off. It's like this meat is in a spa.
Well, I mean, you did give it a massage already.
I know.
So, all right. So we've got this piece of meat. It doesn't look very pretty right now, but we're gonna clean it up.
Yeah.
This is what we call a dirty piece of meat.
What would you consider dirty about this?
So right now we've got this silver skin and this fat and this fascia. So all of this stuff impedes with the texture of the meat. So we're gonna angle up a little bit. So I was just like, meh, it's probably gonna be a little dry, a little tough. When you cook it to nice rare, no more than medium rare, it's super juicy.
It looks like a flank steak to me.
It kinda does have that flank steak quality to it, except it's got a tighter grain structure, so it's gonna be more tender. Normally, this would just go into a trim pile, but if you know how to seam it out, it is a great steak.
I'm just surprised that like a cut like this, where it's only 4 pounds, it takes so much work to actually separate. This should be like, this is like a high-end cut, right?
Yeah, but I mean, we sell
like,
this for $14 a pound, I believe. All right, you next.
Tell me.
Poke through.
I'm poking. Too much? Did I poke too much?
Come through all the way out.
Okay.
Go all the way through.
Oh my God! Should I cut this way now?
So now, hold it like this.
Your finger
And then
on
pull
the
this
top
back.
of the blade. Okay. How far? How high? Like how much?
So
do
just pull it back, so like for tension, and then just come straight.
Oh my god! I should be your intern. That's crazy.
Check you out.
What? That's
bad.
like, you know that feeling when you peel a whole clementine on one peel
And
and
you
it
just
never
gotta, like-
breaks? Oh, it's an art form. Okay, so where should I go next? Also, look what I did.
Make yourself a meat ring. Goes with my bone ring.
Uh-oh, Twinsies. We're gonna let this sit for a little bit.
We're gonna let it sit for a little bit, and then we'll get our pan like a medium heat. We'll sear this off, and then we'll throw in a little bit of mirepoix and make a little pan sauce. We are cooking this Merlot that we seasoned up so beautifully before.
Yummy, yummy.
All right. So do you know the 3 secrets to French cooking?
Butter, butter, and butter. Is that what it is?
Exactly. It's literally that.
So expected.
We're gonna put our meat in. It's pretty much at room temp.
And so the reason why you want the meat to be at room temperature is because you're not bringing it from a cold temperature all the way to heat.
Exactly. So when you're putting it, directly from the fridge into the pan, it tends to curl. So when we do this, see how it's that sound?
How long do you sear it on one side? Because it feels like it's been on there for a long time.
So anywhere between 7 to 10 minutes. We're gonna give it a little check. This guy is nice and seared, actually. So right now, this is a nice and rare steak.
So how could you tell by poking at it?
There is a trick to doing this. So it involves your fingers. So you're gonna hold your hand out like this. You're gonna close these 2 fingers and touch right here. That represents rare. This 2 fingers represents medium,
Shh, this is so cool.
and 3 fingers represents well done.
Oh,
See how that changes? Well,
there's nothing here. Can I touch that one though?
yeah.
I want to guess what it is for that. I mean, that's like
It's pretty rare.
very rare.
So I'm actually gonna take this out right now because I wanna focus on our sauce, and then we're gonna put this back in. All right, so we're going to reduce this to au sec, almost nothing. So,
I thought you were saying a second, like a sec, like in a cool way.
I know, I'm just like butchering French. All right, so we're gonna add a little bit of this in.
This is the part of the meal where you just want to like funnel it into your mouth. Tell me about when the Meat Wagon was a wagon.
So we actually never got to the wagon phase. While I was trying to figure out the actual wagon part, we were offered this space. And I was just like, screw the wagon. We're sedentary now.
Oh my God.
I'd really like to be able to get meat to the other side of Kingston, to Lake Katrine and Rosendale, Esopus. That's the goal eventually, within the next 3 years.
That is the ways that a small business scales. It's not like I'm going to be sending things to California from New York. It's like, how do you diversify what you're doing and just reach more people in your local community?
Within the community.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna bring this over to the countertop now. Meat out.
Okay.
Delicious sauce and veggies. We had talked earlier about grain structure and how to cut against the grain structure. So it's a little bit harder to tell when it's cooked, but if you kind of you can see that it's running this way. So we want to cut this way. I like cutting thin slices, and it's easier to cut thin slices for me if I'm going at this angle.
Okay. That is like the perfect, that's my smiley face moment right there.
All right, and so I'm gonna cut you just a slice this way, just so that you can feel the difference. So we're gonna cut that a little bit.
I don't like the way it looks.
Yeah, you can see like
I
the
can
grain.
tell it's wrong.
All right, so then I'm gonna finish cutting this the right way because I can't bear. All right, so we've got some correctly sliced stuff,
Okay.
some incorrectly sliced stuff.
Okay, yummy time.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so excited to eat this.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, my first time. I'm a Merlot stick virgin.
Well, here you are.
Here we are.
All right. Well, first I'm gonna have you try it cut the improper way.
Oh, I'm scared. It tastes good. It's just
That's
kind
tough.
of hard to chew, right? It's like,
It's not terrible. It's just-
no, I mean,
All right. So now, properly cut.
okay. You know what? It even feels different.
I mean, it does. There's a different grain structure to it. That's the difference, right?
There's a huge difference. Oh my God, this is life-changing. You know, I noticed you have Hawthorne Valley products also in your fridge.
We really support what they're doing. And they're next to Kinderhook, which is where we also get some pork and lamb from. I know you were just up there, right?
Well, we visited both those farms.
Yeah,
So
I
it's a
mean-
nice, like, circle of life Lion King moment, you know? I appreciate you. I know that you are redefining the role of a butcher in the modern community, spending the time to talk to all your consumers, and that's truly a testament to the kind of person you are and the space you're creating and the people you're bringing here and the ways people feel.
Community and
for-
togetherness
yeah.
and all that good stuff.
So we're doing a little like handshake again.
What was it?
Meat friends forever.